Hi, my name is Brandon, and I'm an alcoholic and addict in recovery. And today I want to talk about one of the most important things in any program of recovery, whether you're working a program through AA or Rise Recovery or Refuge or SMART or Celebrate Recovery or anything that you're doing. Whether you're working a program that's totally unconventional and you're using principles from your church or just other things you've picked up along the way, no matter what you're doing, any program of recovery relies on rigorous self-honesty. So I'm going to read a little bit about what Chuck C. has to say about this in A New Pair of Glasses, and then talk about rigorous self-honesty and how I employ it in my program. Chuck C. says, "So the golden key to this thing called life is rigorous self-honesty. The pattern is right here. When I perform according to the best I know, the pattern's right here. It's not in the mountain, it's not in the temple, it's not in Jerusalem. It's in your own mouth that you might know it and do it. It's right here in me. When I perform according to the best I know, there seems to be a nod of approval from the universe, and they call that peace of mind. When I perform less than my best, the old sausage grinder's right here too, and it starts chewing me up. Uh-oh, Chuck, why'd you do it? Why'd you do it? The only way I can get rid of it is to see for what it is and decide to do better with the grace of God." So rigorous self-honesty is one of the most important things in terms of, first off, admitting that we need help and admitting that we do have a problem with drugs and alcohol. And that's usually how most of us started this program, is by getting to a point where we decided, you know what, all the lies I've been telling myself about how I would eventually moderate my alcohol or drug use, or how I was doing what everybody did and it was okay, or how it wasn't in my control what I did. All of those lies we told ourselves for so long start to break down, and we become honest with ourselves and say, I need to stop doing what I'm doing, and I need help in order to do that. So that's our introduction to rigorous self-honesty. And for a lot of us, we need help being rigorously self-honest. We need help from our peers. So that's why it's important to surround yourself in recovery with like-minded individuals who are really seeking a way of life where they're trying to do better, they're trying to better themselves, and they're trying to care for the people around them. Those are the kind of people who will be honest with you. If they see you veering off track, if they see you doing things that could be hurtful to your recovery, those are the kind of people that you want to have around. Those are also the kind of people that you want to be able to turn to if you have questions about whether what you're doing is right for you, right for your recovery. So having a fellowship is a really important thing. For me, rigorous self-honesty also required some counseling, and that counseling's ongoing. It started when I was in treatment for my addiction, and it continues to this day. I respond really well to cognitive behavioral therapy. That kind of therapy really seems to click with me. It helps me think through my problems, my obsessions, and think through them in a constructive way that allows me to leave them behind and get to the core truth about what I'm feeling and experiencing in life. But there's many other kinds of therapies available that you might want to take advantage of on your recovery journey in order to help you be as honest as possible with yourself and to deal with the things and the lies that you might have been telling and constructing about your life up to this point. And then the other thing that's really important for me is a daily inventory and getting into the practice daily. And I've been doing this for well over a year now, is getting into a practice of daily looking back at your day. And I have an app that called the 10th Step app that I use to walk through several questions about what happened during the day-to-day, and were there any places where I should have done things differently? Were there any places where what I did was out of alignment with the values that I want to drive my behaviors and actions in life. And that's what we really want to do, is be honest with ourselves. It's not a time to be beating myself up for things. It's a time to constructively look honestly at my day and figure out if there's any places where I need to try to do something different, or and I hesitate to use the word better. I would just say different the next day. Is there something I can do differently the next day in order to better align myself with the values that I've decided are important in life? Those are the steps that I take to maintain rigorous self-honesty throughout my recovery. It's something that I have to practice, like all of these things, like all of the things that we do that are worth it in recovery. This is not something that I can just flip a switch and all of a sudden I'm an honest person. I've been deceptive for years and years, and in some ways it's human nature to include deception in our lives, whether it's deception with ourselves or with other people. And so I have to practice honesty, and that helps me to get better at it day by day. And so that's why rigorous self-honesty takes such a huge role in my recovery and in the recovery of the people that I look up to in my recovery fellowship and community. So that's what Chuck C has to say about it. That's the role that it's taken in my life. I'd love to hear what kind of role self-recovery, self-honesty has taken in your recovery, and why it's been important to maintaining a sober, drug-free, alcohol-free, and happy lifestyle in recovery. In the meantime, I'll see you back here tomorrow with more. Have a great day.